Hello, this is day 27. After today, you should be right about 135 pages, which is very exciting because if we subtract that from 200 total, we only have 65 more pages to go. And most of that is climax related. So we are really driving home. These pages tend to go fast and loose if we're writing a fantastic climax. Now, if you have no idea what happens in the climax, you might want to take a mini break, not too long, and just sketched out. Some people physically write out an outline at this point. Maybe you didn't outline the whole thing, which is fine because usually that outline means nothing. Now that we're here at the climax, though, kind of blocking out what happens step by step is sometimes helpful. If you have it in your head and you're doing fine, then fantastic. Just keep moving forward. But at this point, we really do need to know exactly what happens at the climax because we are building towards it. Where is it at? What time of day? Who's supposed to be there? Those are all questions that we need to answer today because we're moving very, very quickly into some hallowed territory. The hero at this point, probably tomorrow or the next day, needs to take on the mantle of the hero, which probably means you're in some kind of fight scene or a build up to a major fight scene so that we can see a textural difference in the hero. He was scared before. He ran from Agent Smith before, but now he is going to turn to fight. It should be maybe a little surprising, a little shocking, but should make sense. It should feel like it is part of the story. It's not a sudden, what the hell? And this hero acting completely out of character. At least the character we've seen. Because actually him becoming the hero is his actual character. He's revealing his actual hero self during this time. But we haven't seen a lot of that. We've seen kind of a whiner, slacker, complainer, not very good trainee. So now is the time where we really see the hero step forward and become the hero that he's always been meant to be. Now, of course, he's not going to be the hero of lore. We're going to take care of that in later pages. I'm not going to go into it too much because I've already talked about it and we'll talk about it in depth in the future. But these pages should be exciting. If it is an emotional story, then there is a lot of hand-wringing going on. There's a lot of secrets being revealed. There's just a lot of conflict and tension happening. If it is not a soft story, then there's a lot of usually physical action happening in these pages. So your hero today is still a little shaky. It's okay to be a little shaky today, but very shortly to tomorrow or the next day, he is going to become the hero. So he should be shaky, but we should start to see sparks and feelings that he's starting to get it. Maybe he's not as scared as he was before, as tentative as he was before, as clumsy as he was before, so that we can really build up to this putting on the mantle of the hero. Yes, I'm a hero. Yes, I'm going to fight. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to whine about it. I don't need my magician to poke me. I don't need my love interest to tell me what to do. I don't need my sidekick encouraging me. He himself, the hero, steps forward and becomes a hero, which is one of the most exciting moments in a book or movie. So we're moving up to that. The reason I'm talking about it is because you have to be prepared for that, right? Tomorrow I'm supposed to do one of the most amazing parts of my book. These pages suck. These pages aren't quite up to that par. That's not what I had planned for the day. I wasn't planning to prep for that. So let's plan to prep for that. And if you haven't built to this properly, pacing is one of the hardest things in the universe to do. And you have to finish a book. You have to go through all the different phases of the book and all the different colors and textures of the book to know, oh, that's what I should have done then. This is really something that's almost impossible to teach the first time. You just don't get it until you've physically done it. So just for the love of God, we only have 65 more pages to go. Let's get those 65 pages done. And then we can go back and look and see if the book is salvageable. We will edit as much as we can so that you learn the best that you can. So that when you go into your next book, maybe you should have the climax. I didn't think I needed the climax so early in the book, but maybe I kind of do. Or maybe you overthought the climax. You really overthought that in your head, and maybe you didn't use 9/10 of this because it just didn't fit. Those are the things that you figure out, and they're figure outable, and they should be figured out. There's no way you can have this knowledge of how to do that until you physically do that, so don't stress about it. We're just going to move forward. If you were still back at the tent pole, and I know some of you are, or maybe you're still angstful, maybe you are still preparing for the climax, maybe you're not even on the right planet right now, I want you just to plow ahead. Today is getting ready for the hero to take on the mantle of the hero. He is to accept the fact that he is a hero. He is to step outside of himself and his previous fears, and maybe be a little cocky, maybe be a little too much the hero at this point, because we're going to humble him. That's one of the things that has to happen before he becomes the hero of lore. That's where we should be. We should be preparing tomorrow for the hero to take on the mantle. He is a hero, not of lore yet, but a hero tomorrow. So I'll be building towards that no matter where you are in your story. Let's just build towards that today, because you know how I love to just get up and go. We get up and go because you don't know how to pace it properly until you've figured it out and seen it and written it yourself. And a lot of people do want to overwrite this right now. You want to pack up too much emotion. I'm telling you, in these pages, we really, until we get to the denouement, not a lot of emotion unless you're writing an emotional story, a soft story. Then, of course, there's a ton of emotion. But in most physical genres, there really isn't. We don't think about a lot of stuff right now. We are pretty much acting on instinct and moving forward and trying to be proactive, maybe trying to be on the offensive. But for the most part, we're still a little bit on the defensive until the darkest moment when we go on the offensive. All right, so today, your hero getting ready to become a hero. How exciting. See you tomorrow.